Maggie, Tom, Journalism is the favorite.
It's not a surprise. What have you done for me lately? Journalism just, ran the race of not only his life, but any racehorse's life in the Preakness. And so he deserves that favoritism. But it's not far from all the others. Sovereignty, who beat him in the Derby, and as well as Baeza, there was only a fifth of a second behind those two.
What do you think about Sovereignty?
I like Sovereignty a lot. I like the fact that he's been training here. I love the 1.25 miles for him. I hope everybody has a clean trip. When we get to the top of the stretch, I think you'll see Rodriguez in front and Journalism ready to pounce and Sovereignty following his move, and this table will be set and we're ready for the main course.
Tom, can you read anything into Baeza being playful?
Well, I think Maggie touched on it. Trainers all have different methods. And John Sheriff's methods have been proven to be very, very good with Zenyatta. So I'm not going to question his methods, and I do like his racehorse, Baeza.
All right, and Rodriguez, trained by Bob Baffert.
Should be on the lead. He's going to lead with attention. Got Hall of Famer Mike Smith. They'll be on the same page. Just depends how much pressure Crudo puts on him.
Yeah, look, they're going to set the table, as you said. It's at the top of the stretch where the big three are. Who can make the move first?
What do you expect coming out of the gate? Rodriguez to jump out front?
I do. 100%, and Crudo to be on his flank or not far behind, and then going very, very fast early.
And then it becomes a matter of, can you keep up? Do you let him get out too far? You won't want your horse to tire out if he's a good finisher. It is time for the 157 Belmont Stakes. Let's send it up to track announcer Frank Miramati.
Uncaged, walking up to the gate. Long shot, Heart of Honor to the outside. Goes in smoothly. They're in the gate. And they're off in the Belmont Stakes. And as expected, Rodriguez bounces out very quickly. Uncaged has plenty of early interest, as does Crudo, who sprints up alongside Rodriguez. Journalism secures the fourth spot. Baeza's a little bit keen. He is in between horses and 4 lengths off the lead. Kentucky Derby winner Sovereignty cruises up along the inside and is suddenly sharing the second position. Hill Road is second to last, and Heart of Honor is at the back of the field. 7 lengths covers them through an opening quarter that went in 23 and 2/5 seconds. And so the lead belongs to Rodriguez, who's in front by a half length. Crudo alongside second. Sovereignty galloping strongly right next to his rival Journalism. Journalism puts his head into third. Does that Preakness winner. A length and a half behind them comes Uncaged. Baeza is 5 or 6 lengths off the lead. Hill Road and Heart of Honor. They're heading toward the half-mile pole. Hall of Famer Mike Smith and Rodriguez carved out that half in 47 and 3/5 seconds. Crudo a length and a half behind him in second. Journalism in the clear, getting a good trip. Uncaged at the rails. Sovereignty in between those two is 5th down, 4 lengths off the lead. Baeza has asked for a bit more at this stage. He's hard ridden, 6 lengths off the pace. Hill Road is trying to match strides with him. Heart of Honor has dropped out. 3/4 in 1:12 and 1. Journalism makes a decisive move with 1/4 mile to go, and he takes command of the Belmont Stakes. Sovereignty angles out to try and run him down. It's a rematch of the Kentucky Derby as they come to the 8th bull, and here comes Sovereignty. Sovereignty goes right by Journalism once again, leaving absolutely no doubt who the best 3-year-old in the world is. Sovereignty and Junior Alvarado in the Belmont Stakes. Journalism was second. Baeza finished third.
Well, it played out just like we anticipated. Rodriguez led, And then Sovereignty, like at the Kentucky Derby, rules anew in New York at the Belmont. He's the first horse to win the Derby, intentionally skip the Preakness, and then come back and win the Belmont.
Kurt, let's watch the start of this race. You're looking at Journalism, the number 7 horse. He doesn't get away very cleanly here. He stumbles a bit, loses some position, gets back in stride, and he's in a great position at that point on the outside, down the backside. And he also has a Sovereignty kind of boxed in it down the backside. We're looking at the stretch here now. Sovereignty's overtaking Journalism, Rich. He was the best.
Yeah, Sovereignty was just the best horse today. He sat the pocket, saved all the ground. He was pinned in for a long ways by Journalism, who had good position despite that bobbling beginning. At least he bobbled going forward. But Junior Alvarado so adeptly eased back just enough to tip to the outside, and he just outfinished Journalism in essentially what was a replay of the Kentucky Derby stretch run.
I think this finish right here is absolutely amazing by Sovereignty. Just putting Journalism away. After being boxed in, Journalism got first jump on the leaders. It worked out just like we thought it would. But Sovereignty is, in my opinion, the top 3-year-old in the country. I don't think anybody can say that other.
And Junior Alvarado had not won a Triple Crown race until he won the Kentucky Derby this year aboard Sovereignty. He's now got 2. And the conversation with Maggie Wolfendale in just a minute as he continues to celebrate what has been a special year, taking 2 of the 3 Triple Crown races. Maggie.
And I just witnessed a really cool exchange with you and jockey Umberto Rispoli, both of you giving each other's horses all the love.
Absolutely. It's about, horse racing. That's what it is about. It's about 2 great horses. They're matching, that horse run today. Amazing again for coming back, like after Preakness, and then today, he fought very hard. It didn't make it any easy for my horse. I just think today he was great today.
He reigned supreme, and this year, your first Kentucky Derby, and now your first Belmont.
Yes, Maggie. I mean, it sounds surreal, to be honest. I never, there was a point in my career, I think probably 5, 6 years ago, 4 years ago, I kind of see everything fading away, to be honest, and here I am. He's unbelievable. God is amazing, and he told me to keep going, put me in this spot. My family always big supporter, helped me through tough moments in my life.
Also a guy named Bill Mott did too.
Absolutely, Mr. Mott, yeah. My Daddy Mott, call him Daddy Mott now. And yeah, I mean, he's what else I can say about Mr. Mott? Hall of Famer. He bring this guy, me, and just a passenger today. Thank you.
Well done, you. Congratulations. And Kurt, Sovereignty reigns supreme.
And Daddy Mott is standing by with Tom Rinaldi.
Kurt, thank you very much. Bill, when we spoke more than a week out, you said what you wanted most was best on best. Journalism and Sovereignty at the top of that stretch to go head to head. What did you see when it happened?
That's what happened. We had a repeat of the Derby. I mean, it looked like by the tote board, it looks like the first 3 finishers in the Derby finished 1, 2, 3 here. I mean, I think the form is holding up. I think it's, I think what it means is it's for real. I mean, I think they're 3 really good horses, and I'm glad that he was able to, come back and put in a race like he did in the Derby.
The decision that you made was clear and definitive right away. The entire team deciding we're not going to run in the Preakness, we're going to run in the Belmont. How obviously did that manifest today?
Well, it turned out good. If we wouldn't have won today, we would have taken a lot of criticism, but it turned out good. Sometimes you make the right decision, and a lot of times we make the wrong ones, but today it really worked out well.
No, we saw great outpouring of emotion at the Derby from you, your entire family. We know this is a family business for you.
Right.
What does this moment mean? Not only for you, but for the family.
We put our lives into it, and it's a lifestyle. It's not really a business. It's the way we live every day when we wake up, taking care of these horses, and it's 7 days a week. And I appreciate the fact that my kids were tolerant enough to put up with it, and particularly my wife Tina, has put up with it 7 days a week. So I got to give her a lot of credit.
A long way from a guy for the Dakotas pulling a horse trailer at 15 years old. Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you very much. It's really special.
Appreciate it. Kurt.
And what a special finish. There is the look at the unofficial results. Sovereignty wins again. We started this day by saying this could be a classic matchup, an all-timer, Ollie Frazier, Brady Manning. It turned out we may have seen a classic finish, one that will be remembered for years to come for the third time in this Triple Crown season.